Hey, what's up guys? We're gonna run through the new nuke here that was released yesterday with Operation Wildfire. So the plan for the video is we're first gonna go a walkthrough. We're gonna run through everything, show everything that's new, and then after I show you guys everything, we're gonna basically talk about, like the new changes. Are they competitively viable? We'll talk about like just a bunch of different stuff, and yeah, let's start off by just showing the map. So the map is like straight up really beautiful. Compared to the old one. Like, you can check out on the CS blog, go to these pretty cool pictures where you can like see the old nuke and then the new nuke. Like, look how blue these skies are. That's fucking amazing. All right, but yeah, so you can check that out. It's pretty cool as well if you maybe haven't even played the old nuke because you're new to CS. But yep, let's go ahead and check it out here. Starting off, let's start off in T-spawn. T-spawn is nothing really different, just visually they've changed it a lot, right? So like, there's a parking lot behind you. Here's T-spawn. Okay, very nice, very nice. Nothing changed here really. Like, that'll change anything in the game. They pretty much redid every model that they had, everywhere, right? Like, they just completely were like, all right, we need to upgrade this visually and just completely redo it. So coming in here to the lobby, they redid the forklift here. They actually cleaned up Squeaky Room a lot better than it was. Squeaky Room was pretty messy in the old version, actually. So nice, this is like simple, very clean. Can't really hide behind anything. Alright, here's Squeaky. Squeaky door can still be blown up and shot a hole in, right? Alright, yep, there we go. There's that. Let's keep doing just to walk around, alright? Hut is a little bit different, like run like the same level here, and then you kind of go up a little bit and you come out. We'll go to Radio Room. Radio Room, once again, like they kind of redid it. I got some pretty cool stuff here. Some safety awards. All right, cool, very cool. We'll keep going fast. Just a quick run through of everything. Ramp Room. All right, big nuke place. All right, ramp. We'll check out lower in a bit. Going into hell here. The ladder is now kind of in the middle than what it used to be on the wall. A locker room. I haven't even looked at locker room yet. Okay, as you can see, look, we're in locker room. Okay, cool. And then this is hell, right? H3LL, and that's heaven. Heaven up there. So this is the locker room. Cool. Going up, we got heaven. The rafters. They, once again, like I said, they pretty much took every model they had and completely redid it, right? So these nukes right here are completely redone, and they actually look pretty good. Like, the old ones were like the ugliest model you would ever see. So I don't mind these two big things being on the site anymore. I think they look actually pretty decent. So the thing about the rafters here is that you can only go halfway across the rafters now. Like, this is as far as you're allowed. There is like a pixel walking glitch right now where you can actually get over there, but that'll be fixed soon enough to where you won't be able to. We'll keep talking. We'll just keep doing it. I'll run through here. So hut now is kind of just a flat top. It's not slanted like it was in the past. It's kind of higher up too. Like, hut's way higher. But there's also this ladder to climb back up here. So there's a lot of unique stuff like that we'll show. Only one vent to go in. Is a pretty cool feature. I don't know like what it's used for really, but you can press E on the vents and close and open them. So if you're in here, maybe you're like, oh, hello? I don't know. But it's a cool feature, but I don't really see how it's gonna like even be used for, to be honest. But whatever, it's cool. Hut, you can just jump right in the window now. So let's keep going through a walkthrough here. Outside. Alright, cool. We'll work our way that way. So now there's no boxes. You can even jump up at all. No, you have to use the ladder. Okay, you have to use the ladder. Okay, coming up on T roof here, we still have generally the same thing. We kind of have steps here now instead of having to jump up here. And now this is a doorway instead of a tiny vent, right? So that's different. The jump to yellow, this thing here, it's not yellow anymore, is extremely easy. And we'll talk about this stuff later in the video. We'll talk about like making stuff super easy and like not skilled and whatnot. But we'll just continue with the walkthrough. Top of mini, which is completely different. This rafter is brand new. This outside rafter, which actually loops the whole way to heaven. So that's a huge change for outside. They added an AC unit on top of the roof below hell or heaven. So that's new. Heaven, we've already seen. Let's keep going outside. They added these boxes, which is different, so the opera can't be behind what used to be red. Outside, la la la. Going into a big garage, might as well show it. Alright, cool, cool. We'll show CT spawn real quick. We got our new forklift. Alright, our tank that we came in on, you know. They didn't redo that model, actually. Going into secret here. Oh, man, they even named it secret. How nice. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go. So, a little waiting room up there. Straightforward. Down into here. They redid these models, obviously. So, here is a big change. It now, the back halls wrap around to what used to be barrel side. Before, in the CSGO version, it would stop right here. But in Source of 1.6, this actually wrapped around to this other side, which is a little different in this version. But there's a door that actually comes out behind the site here, which is pretty crazy. So that's going to be a big change. But yeah, visually this map is absolutely amazing. I mean, they did a really good job. I really like just like the color scheme they've used in it, the like style and arting or whatever you want to say. A little cubby there, but I think they did a really good job in that. All right, yep. Lower is actually pretty nuts looking. So there's like another whole room that you see. It's pretty crazy. But coming down here from ramp room, it's very like the visibility is very nice on this map, which is good too. There's a lot going on at the same time. Like there's a lot going on, but you can like see everything very easily as well. Okay. We got a nuke here. It's kind of crazy too. There's just like this. I don't know. Just water down here. All right, so they kind of still kept toxic as well. Right here. So you can actually go in here. It's kind of like the old toxic where it led to nowhere, right? It's kind of just like an after plant spot. I think if you hide here and look down, your head doesn't show. As long as if they're like right here, even if you're ducking and looking down, they'll see you. But if you're back here and you're, I think you're ducking and look down, I think maybe your head hides. I'm not sure. We'll have to check that out. It's something interesting to look at. But yeah, that's Toxic Room. I mean, this used to be called Toxic, so this would have to be a new name now. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go into ramp. We saw this. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. So let's talk about like some other things. Which is pretty funny is that I don't know, but they put a ladder on the nuke here, but you can plant up here as a terrorist. So I'm not sure. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. You can plant up here, which would be pretty funny. I've never actually tried defusing on a ladder. I'm assuming you can as a terrorist or as a CT defuse while on a ladder, but I don't think there's ever been a map where like you could plant so close to a ladder like this. But either way, if you plant up here, I mean it's risky, but I mean it could pay off, right? Because the CT would have to actually be on top of the nuke defusing. So I don't know. That's pretty interesting to see. Let's check out all the stuff that they made noob friendly. Which actually this is very nice. How this is like one level here. You used to come up on Heaven, and there used to be like this little drop down, and like you'd run off here and it'd just be kind of like sloppy gameplay. So I actually like that they just leveled this out. It feels so much smoother coming out of Heaven and fighting upper now. So that's pretty cool. Small things like that are very enjoyable for me. But yeah, remember like there used to be this wooden plank or whatever, and you have to drop on it. Now you cannot take any damage, safely drop into the upper. So they made it a lot easier, right? Like there's no way you can like screw this one up. Before the pallet, you could kind of like, I don't know, it was not fully hugging against the wall, so you'd have to hit it a little bit better, and it was not as big. But that's so easy to do. So I don't mind this one. I think that's okay. I think that in terms of noob friendly, I'm okay with that being easy. I think that's absolutely fine. I mean, I guess the ladder was literally put on these nukes to get on top of it and plant on top of it. So, I mean, that's the only thing that you'd use the ladder for. Otherwise, if you want to get in the rafters, you can go from hut to here. I'm not sure I like this. That's a lot of mobility for people. Like a terrorist could come up here and go on the hut, I mean, I guess it could be interesting because I don't know. There's just a lot. Like you can like change your positioning so fast on this map. Okay, so for going outside here, in the past, you couldn't self boost all the way up here, up to heaven. You can actually go the whole way. As you can see, they planned this, as there is a cut in the railing here, and then you can go up to heaven. So previously, you would have to have a teammate. There used to be a little AC unit kind of like that you'd have to boost your teammate up onto. There was none of this. So before it would take teamwork to get up there, and now it's like actually you needed to boost 2 people up here before, and then you could boost up onto the railing, right? Now you can literally just get up by yourself. So in previous ones, you could actually skill jump and get onto the roof here off of that railing if you hit a really nice B-hop off it. So, like, I don't know. I think that's honestly too easy. I'm okay with like compromising and like maybe just taking these away and making this a spot where you have to boost your teammate on, right? And then once you get one guy up here, I'm okay with this solo guy getting up here by himself. But I think a guy getting up himself the whole way is kind of crazy. I don't know. Maybe give your opinion. What do you think about it? It's just a lot of mobility happening on this map right now, especially like the terrorist. This is the easiest jump ever. I'm completely against this being like super easy. This is like really freaking easy. Like this is impossible to miss. Like even the old one was pretty easy, but not everyone could do it. And there was like a lot of YouTube videos like, how do I do it? Like I suck at it. Like I think this should be somewhat of a skilled jump. And right now it is so goddamn close. So I'm against this. I think they need to make it harder. If they want to make it easier than before, okay, but don't make it incredibly easy, right? Okay, so let's talk about the rafter now that goes all the way to heaven. Previously, just like the heaven boost up here, you could boost your teammate on this little like AC unit up here above Mini in the old nuke, and you would have to do a skill jump onto the old rafter. It would take like 2 people to boost, and it was actually pretty hard and not used that often. So now you can actually walk across the entire way. Honestly, I think this is too much mobility for someone. Like you could walk around here and just flank heaven so fast. I think there should be somewhere along this line the person should have to make noise, just so like that he can't freely walk across the entire thing. What I mean by that, I guess, like maybe make like act like the rafter broke a little bit, so the person would have to run a little bit to, you know, get enough speed to make the jump. So if like this was like, you know, broken from like here to there or something, a person couldn't walk and be quiet the whole way. He'd have to like, you know, at least make like 1 or 2 steps like that, so that the person actually has a cue. I think that the person being able to walk around the entire thing is too crazy. So maybe have like, I don't know, like I said, I really don't know what the fix could be. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like maybe make it like a broken rafter or something, like, you know, it got destroyed, or I don't know. So a person has to like make some sort of sound cue that a person is up on rafter like that. But okay, let's keep moving on. Let's talk about old angles that don't exist anymore. So they didn't translate the map completely like the old one. So for example, this angle here that used to go into secret, you can no longer see, right? So if you're actually to peek secret, you need to be in Mini, fully exposed. So we're just gonna find a bunch of those kind of angles. Let's actually check this out. Okay, that goes barely into the lobby. I mean, that's pretty normal. That's pretty good. Okay. The hot one doesn't exist anymore, so this one here, you can't see, it's like all the way to the back of lobby. This was actually, these angles were actually helped the CTs back in the day, right? Because you could just like sit here and just make sure no one crosses outside, or you kind of sit in hut and make sure, if you sat in hut right here, you could make sure no one even gets in lobby like late round if you were just holding to make sure like he can't get back into lobby or whatever. So now the terrorists can easily just walk this, right? So I'm okay with them changing up the angles in that way. I think it's actually nice that those angles don't exist anymore. Let's check out. They completely changed the angles of radio room. How you used to be able to like sit in this corner and see the whole way down the ramp. So now the angle is completely different. You have to go into this secondary ramp room and pick in. I think that's fine. But yeah, once again, they did change up a lot of the angles like this. Ramp room, they didn't really change at all in terms of like, I don't know, anything crazy, right? Like, it's pretty generic. I mean, yeah, they don't have this yellow thing you can hide behind. It's kind of just like us, I don't know, like a box and stuff. Can you boost it up here? This seems pretty OP getting boosted on. I think that looks pretty cool. So that's pretty interesting. If you hide up there, that looks pretty crazy. Alright, yeah, that looks pretty crazy actually. Upper, like I said, you can only go halfway across the rafters, so that's pretty interesting to see. So coming out Squeaky, you would only have to watch out for like top hut, right? Like that's gonna be the main Squeaky spot to watch, and it shouldn't be extremely hard. This person holding Squeaky would have to be like right here. Well, you can't even like see that guy either. Like this guy will be able to sneak out and peek that heaven guy pretty easily. This is no longer an angle as well, where you used to be able to see the heaven from this side of the vent. This actually used to be like, I think almost like, oh, now that I'm thinking about it, it used to be an advantage for the T's because the T's could hold this, and if you rotated, you would kill the guy coming up the ladder rotating, right? So I'm not sure if that helps the CT or T right now. It obviously will help the terrorist like get out, right? He can like fight people here and like not worry so much about his heaven and then swing on them. So I think this does favor the terrorist actually, even though it deletes this angle where you used to be like shoot people running up heaven, but okay. They did move the ladder back more, so that it looks like you can like more so safely walk up like this. But from before, it used to like come up right here, and if you came up, like you'd be exposed to everything. Like you'd come up like, "Hey, what's up, upper?" and like Hut would be able to shoot you, right? So it looks like right now they moved it back so that you can safely get up in heaven. I actually like that change. I think that's cool. The one vent. Okay, we haven't been in the vents yet. So the vents no longer peak. They're not like an H shape anymore. It's like an S. So you can only come out one of the vents. The other vent doesn't even have anything there. So that does help the terrorists for sure, right? So if the terrorists took ramp room and were coming lower, you now only have to worry about one side of the vent, which is pretty nice. Although, I mean, the CTs can come back here now and play like this angle, right? Like, look at this angle. This is actually a crazy angle. Just saw it right now. So, I mean, a terrorist could open that door and play that angle, which is pretty nuts. I don't know. Seems like a pretty nuts op angle. But, yeah, there's a lot of changes that can still be T-sided and CT-sided. Honestly, you can't really judge it too much just by, like, running around. It really would have to be played out. I don't know, this door back here is definitely interesting. So a CT would have to come out of vents, rotate around, come here. So like the CTs still have a lot of different options to go, right? Before, the CTs weren't allowed on this side at all, although they had another vent, right? So coming down here was kind of a bitch because those two vents. But now, once the CTs get in here, there could be a guy in this room now, a CT in that room, as well as this door being like vulnerable, right? Can this break? Yeah. Okay, so I mean, you wouldn't want to play like that, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, they took away one vent but added another door, so I'm not sure if this makes it T-sided or CT-sided as of right now. Obviously, if the terrorists are taking outside, right? The terrorists are taking outside. The terrorists took outside control. The terrorists can now wrap the site a lot easier, right? So once the terrorists get into these back halls, I for sure think it's easier for the terrorists now. But for example, if the terrorists took radio and not ramp room and not outside, this door then becomes CT-sided, right? So it really depends on the situation, and it would have to get played out a lot more. There's actually a glitch right here where you can't get flashed. That will get fixed, obviously. Not a big deal to even bring up. So yeah, there's a lot changing. Also, like, for the CTs to rotate, this is the only way they could rotate lower. So this is actually going to be a way bigger change than even, like, any of the changes I even talked about down there, I think. Like, this is going to be a really big change. So a terrorist is going to lurk the shit out of this vent to make sure no one can rotate fast. Imagine the terrorists take, like, outside or ramp room, and you want to get lower fast. Like back in the day, you would just plop down and you're in there. Now you have to run this way to get into lower. And a terrorist 100% is going to be lurking the shit out of this vent, waiting for someone to drop down into that shit. Probably even like lurking here, waiting for someone to creep down and rotate fast. So that's going to be a really big contention point for rotating, I think. So that's something to keep an eye out on. This is actually a new angle too. You can see all the way up into like the rafters from in-hut. Before you can see like the feet maybe from like a certain angle, but you can see like a full person's body. Like you can see high up as shit. Like, right? You're gonna see a person's full body crossing here because since it's like, I don't know if it's just like a lot taller of a door and like you're deeper in the ground here than previously. So that's definitely a way different angle. Yeah. And coming out of hut window actually is going to be pretty decent because they can't be on the side of the rafter, right? Like, so you could pop out of here pretty silently and be pretty ninja. The only person that could kill you is like a guy that's holding like top hut right here, right? This is the only guy that can really fuck you up coming out of window. Of course, like a guy right here could like do this and like jiggle peek you or something, but I don't know. I doubt anyone's gonna play like this too much. They could, whatever. Just thinking, guys, thinking out loud. Okay, we'll go over like a couple more changes. I think this little ladder gate thing is pretty stupid. I think they should just remove it. I've already played like one plug on it and people get like stuck on the sides. And it's just like annoying. So visually it might look okay to you, but I think that should be removed just because I already played one time with it and just like people always hit it. So I don't know. Please bring back fast ladder climbing too, please, Valve. Let's talk about some minor changes as well. Like this AC unit, I actually like this, and it'll help the terrorists. Like once you get on mini now, you can kind of have some cover and take some pretty decent battles. So I actually like that being added to help the terrorists get onto mini. And before, if you got on top of mini, you're kind of fucked if like someone was fighting you from secret, a big garage or somewhere. So I actually like this little AC unit for some cover of for terrorists. This is no longer an angle opping. It's really awkward because even if you look up here, someone could just be like dropped down on this and just like completely fuck your day up. I'm not really sure. I don't like this box at all, to be honest. This is a weird box that's gonna cause some weird fights. Like, look at this headshot angle. This is really, really weird. It's gonna be just some weird fights into the locker room, I think. It's actually very easy to see as a terrorist. Holy crap. This looks like a way harder shot for the CTs. But I just don't, I don't know. I don't like this box. It's definitely CT-sided, this box, right? You could, like, chill here and do that. I mean, you could chill anywhere and do that, really, but I think that just, it's just because it's a headshot box, it makes this fight for these people very awkward. I think it should be deleted. Going around here, like I said, nuke's pretty simple. Lower besides the door, nothing too crazy. We already talked about it. Secret, pretty simple. I think that's pretty much it. Honestly, I would delete these boxes just because if they're not going to make any other changes out here. I think this is super OP for the terrorists. Obviously, there'll be a lot of people very aware that people can wrap around, but these boxes make it very awkward to op, I think. I don't know. In my opinion, if this was competitive, people are going to play outside, like back here. No joke. There's going to be some CTs that play like back here and basically just like watch the hell in heaven from like, this used to be even a thing back in the day. Like, at some point you could be like a very passive guy, just seriously just like making sure no one goes hell or heaven and just holds the outside rafters like this while someone else is like your secret guy Just kind of chilling and maintaining map awareness. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty long video. If you stayed the whole way, the whole time, appreciate you watching. Take it easy. Have a nice day.